Right? So you might be wondering, where is Matis? Matis is the other guy who sent you a video as well, Paul, right? Like Matis, I'm telling you right away, Matis at 1st September moves away to content management. So he goes into content managing team. So he's currently just helping us out while we're finding the right people, like, yourself and Nitesh. So he was simply in this position to kind of like let so we don't run out of shifts. And basically the goal is on 1st September, I present you guys a new shift schedule, and I also present you a totally new motivational structure, how everybody is going to be able to actually make the real money, right? Because the salaries, as I said, they're going to be a fraction of the money that you can actually earn here. So I'm glad to have you here, Paul, and Nitesh listening to this as well. Happy to have you here as well, my friend. This is a revolutionizing time in our business. And what we're trying to do here right now is simply make a new way of communicating with clients, because the old way, as you guys saw in my video, I was kind of going strict on it. It used to be very copy and pastable. And now I would love to move on to something else. Maybe somebody has something they want to say, like that. Did you guys like reread the script and you have some feedback, or like how did it sound?
Well, first of all, I would not use the term of G's when I talk with clients. And no, it looks a little unprofessional to me, honestly.
Yeah, your microphone, Paul, is not the loudest. I know. I know what you're saying. If it was like a formal conversation, then I wouldn't say, "Hey, G." But let me remind you that the kind of a clients we're getting here, they're not the most formal. It's kind of like teenagers. You know what I mean? So like mirroring is all about adjusting to your clients. And so like if we consider that the average age of client is going to be 24, 25, you don't really want to go formal. You know what I mean? Like it's Generation Z. Like these are TikTok heads.
Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to ask. It's not necessary to use the G term. If we can adapt more, I don't know, persuasively, as I think, or I don't know, but understand the point, I think.
Well, do you have any other, like, we could obviously say, "Hey, buddy," but we don't want to
Hey,
sound.
buddy. Hey, friend. Nice to have you here. Good. Thank you for reaching us. I know. Something to make him feel special from the very beginning, like some good intro.
Yeah. Okay. We can try.
I might be a little. I might be a little. Sorry, I might be a little out of right now, out of discussion because I'm still very new here. And sorry
No,
if I
no,
came
no, you're
if
good.
I come with.
Most important thing is to be aligned and like that we all discuss. I actually love to say, "Hey, buddy." Like I love to say that. I think it's a good idea to say, "Hey, buddy." Like this "Hey G" is just like, like this is the G nation. Like everybody's G these days. So you want to kind of like make them, I don't know. It's kind of like a new habit in the world, I guess. But either way. So I guess what we want to do today is just simply go through every sector of what I had already filmed and kind of go deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Just like Paul, very important for us to. And by the way, I want to say this, Randy and Lovely, you guys might have been here before, but I would like to reset everything from scratch. We all have certain beliefs about the conversations. We all used to do things that way. But my job would be kind of like, my goal here would be to accomplish that we all can start from the same place and build the script the same way without any limitations from the past. Is that cool?
Yep.
Okay.
That's dope. I think, yeah, that's what we needed. That's what we needed to get the better at the conversion rate sales.
Right. So yeah.
Can I ask you something before?
Sure. Go ahead.
I have a question. Yeah. How exactly the system works? So we have a common account, and we wait for people to reach for us, or we are, I don't know, entering in different groups and make promotions, advertising, things like that.
Okay. So I will show you right now how the system works. But before I do that, I will just explain to you that you will only be responding to messages. You're not going to try to find somebody, right? So we have a way, we have built a system that brings inbounds. Okay? Inbound meaning somebody texts you. So we have built a website and we market it to advertisement. And basically people come from this website and they text us like, hey, I want the free VIP.
I understand. Yeah.
Right.
Go
So
on.
this is the common chat. And yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding. I will take it a step slower and kind of just walk through like the very basics so you can get on the same page. So everybody has this account. It's called Viral CEO. Okay. You're also going to have access to it. This account is a place where, as you can see right now, for me, it's 16:18, so 4:18 p.m. And these are all the conversations that are happening as we speak, right? So how it works is people text you, for example, let's take this guy. He shot a message today, something like this, like free VIP, see? And then we used to say like, hey, G, where are you thinking it from? And when they say their country, this is all pre-recorded video clips.
But why do we need to know exactly where is he from?
Okay.
Hey, you said before that every country has different betting websites. If I understood correctly.
So why we need to know where the person is from? For two things. Most important thing is for tracking. So we know, for example, we spent 50 euros in Greece. We want to know how many people text us from the 50 euros.
Oh, okay. So the advertising is targeted by.
Yes, we target. We are spending money on a couple of countries. Okay. Let's. I'm glad you're asking these questions because we need to get the basics out of the.
I'm asking. I hope Nitesh will also benefit from this.
Yeah, he definitely will. He definitely will. Okay, so I will take like literally walk you through everything right now. So I film ads together with my business partner Chris. Remember the bald guy with in the car?
Yeah, the one
So
who was about an accident.
Yeah. Me and Chris, we film ads for this business, and these ads are usually from nice locations in nice cars. We show money, like flexing. Basically, it's kind of like to get people interested in the flashy lifestyle, right? So all these ads, they lead to a website, and this website has a video clip inside from me, which is 2 minutes of length. In this video, I simply sell people on the sports betting VIP channel, right? So I explained to them that, hey, buddy, you're going to get a free 30-day access. Just click the button under this video and shoot my team a message. So we advertise the system in Canada, Ireland, Denmark, Romania, Estonia, Lithuania, something like that. Like there's 6-7 areas we're advertising in. And our job is to understand where the person is from relatively quick in the conversation. So not only we can know how much we get for what we spend, but most importantly, let's say this person from Romania texts us, we give them a sign-up link, and they be like, hey, I already have a bookie in this platform. So what then? No deal? No, we have alternative bookies for Romania. Okay?
Okay. But how about what I said last night about the regulations of betting websites? I told you here in Romania, I don't know if they have 8 or 10 maximum.
Well, look, the thing is, you will only like I will give you everything that you need for this work, right? I will give you like a website where basically we have a website. Okay, I'll show it right now. I'll show it so it's crystal clear. We have a website. This is basically this is a place that you can go to offers. You will also have access to this. You go to offers here, and here's all the offers that we can get. So how does it work? For example, we kick Command F, we type in Romania, and here we're gonna see we have Romanian offer for Maxwin. We have Romanian offer for this bookie. and for Vulcan Bet, for example. So how does it work? You click here, you press on tracking links, you generate a link, and boom, this you can send to Romania. Okay, I will give you more in-depth training about this system a little bit later, but you got the idea. We need to know where the person's from, because for example, let's say they say I'm from Canada, we send them the link, they say, oh, I already had a TonyBet account. Then what next? You come in here and you try to look for, oh, Mr. Bet. Let me grab the Mr. Bet link for them. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Did it make sense? Like the tracking side of things and how you can, yeah. So don't worry about licenses.
80%, like,
Yeah. Okay. We can get back to it, but don't worry about licenses or stuff. We only have offers that will work. There is nothing that will not work in that place where you just saw. Okay.
okay, cool. I was thinking that if I was a little bit suspicious about the website, only because I know that there are very few websites available in my country, I thought that maybe the client can do this, can be very suspicious when we present the website.
Well,
I was asking.
Let's start with that. This is it's a good objection, but let me take you a step back. You're a rational, logical thinker. As I said yesterday, maybe 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 will think like you. The rest are just get rich quick. My favorite influencer is Top G. I don't want to pay close attention. Just tell me where. Right? That's like what you're gonna see in chats. And then skeptical people, of course, they are skeptical. But first of all, Romania is only 5% of our advertising budget. Like we focus on mostly on different countries, like Canadians, Danish people, Irish people. They don't even really vet things too much. So like that's not that I wouldn't say is the main focus. The main focus is just to know the fact that if somebody objects, like I think this website might be a scam, the best thing you can do is simply don't try to talk them out. But what you can do is like, hey buddy, like where do you bet your right now? Like what's the website you use today? He will respond, I use Bet365, for example, right? You know the website. Bet365. We'll be like, hey, if you think my website was a scam, let me show you what people think about Bet365. Doesn't this look like a scam as well? And then they will be like, I didn't know. And then you will say like, gee.
I'm surprised though.
Yeah, here's the thing, bro. Listen, Paul. Every person who has ever had bad experience with Bookie, they will most likely write a review. Every person who has neutral experience with Bookie, do you think they'll write a review? No. If person has good experience with a Bookie, do you think they will take their time to go write some stupid reviews like, oh my God, I really love this Bookie? No. So like we come to conclusion that the more popular the Bookie is, the more people will have problems with it. And because more people can lose, let's say a Bookie is used by 1 million people, 5,000 people lost their money there, they will go write horrible shit about your business. If your company is not so familiar, less people have lost money, so less reviews. But there will always be bad reviews. There is no good or bad bookies. They all kind of the same. It's just like one is more known, one is not so known, right? Like they all operate the same way.
So for example, the bookies we are advertising are also on Trustpilot. Do they have reviews or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Most of them. Like most of them have reviews. Maxwin, which you were talking about, I believe it's a very new bookie, but it doesn't have. But basically, like you hear right now, like you could break this objection very simply. You'll be like, well, why do you think this bookie is a scam? And the guy will be like, well, I Googled and I see so many bad reviews. What you should say right there is simply like, no worries. Can I ask you, what bookie do you use? And he will tell you his bookie. You go on Trustpilot and you show them that it's not about the bookie. It's about the people that play the bookie. Right? It's not like one company is better than the other. Yes, of course. If you sign up to some Russian casino, say goodbye to your money, right? But like we don't advertise Russian casinos here. Okay.
Thanks for clarifying.
Of course, everything here is in like that's the main thing we're trying to do here is we're trying to clarify, because I can imagine that you, as somebody who's just joining, there's so many unknown things, like so many question marks. So
yeah, I feel like I feel like 1,000 questions, but no, not one that coming to my head to put it there. So,
okay. Well,
that's why
yeah, I think let me do that. Let's do this, guys. Right now, let's move back to script, and I will just walk you through the structure of the script. That should make you questions, but that's my goal here, to actually get that you question things. Okay, but let's go to the script right now so we can see it from a client perspective. So I'm gonna right now just again walk you guys through everything, and right now let's everybody pay attention to the script. So basically, how the script starts is, our job is to simply at first just ask the first question. This is an icebreaker question, right? This question, the first question, it's right here. It's in the third message. Have you got any betting experience, or should I explain you how these signals work? Right? That's just an icebreaker. So the person tells you more about their background, right? Before that message, yes, we have this like, hey buddy, glad to have you here. We offer free 30-day access for you to make money with our VIP bet signals, and only pay on a second month, right? So like that's the first step that we have highlighted, is the first question. Second step is for you to build relationship, and you can only start doing that once you have identified the problem. So how do we identify a problem? Let's say he has experience. You need to know whether that was a good experience, neutral, or bad, right?
Yeah.
Or you actually, the best thing happens if he has no experience, because then it's very easy to convert the person into sale, because they're like fresh newborns who basically are just really simple chats. There is not a lot of objections. They don't have too many questions usually. Okay. Okay, let's take it a little bit slower here. Guys, can you help me out? Maybe you have some questions at this point, because I realize that I really need to take things slow. You know, I'm also learning myself right now how to basically teach this system to you, Paul, and to you, Nitesh. So perhaps what might be not clear at this point, or do you feel like this first part was super clear? Like somebody texts you a message, free VIP, and those are 3 copy pastable messages. Is that clear?
until here, yes, it's all clear to me.
Okay, so yeah, the idea again, let's talk about it. So they say free VIP, and we want to start playing the game, right? We want to, the first way how we play the game is with this message. We know the fact that if we jumped into closing right now without building relationship, identifying problems, we would be in problem, because we would only convert maybe 5% of people. So that's why we want to first of all tell him, hey, calm down, you're going to get your free VIP. But let me ask you a few questions right now. So that's why we give them the message very early in the conversation, so he knows that he's here for what he's here for.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay, so we offer free 30-day access, boom, boom. And then we say, have you got any betting experience? So let's say he's saying, I have betting experience, right? Randy, what would be the question you would ask if he only says, yeah, I do have experience?
So yeah, it sometimes happens when the person, I don't know, he's not too engaged, and he just answers basically like, the question was, I do have experience.
No, like imagine I'm a client and I say, yeah, I have experience. What do you do next?
Afterwards, I dig deeper. I need to find the pain point, and I say, how has been your experience?
Perfect.
How well has it done? Do you have any profits?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I would keep it at one question. Like, you know, the simpler the better. Kind of like,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. How was it? What is Lovely saying? We're not gonna stop asking where they're from. As you can see, this is guys, this is like we move away from two-dimensional to three-dimensional. Basically, you will figure out when is the right time to ask where they're from. And it happens somewhere right here, I would say, around this neighborhood. It doesn't happen. So, Paul, we used to start with where are you from, right? It used to be very early in the conversation. And now Lovely is asking, wait, the question is not there anymore. So are we going to ask it still? And I'm like, yes, you will, guys, but it's going to come later and it will be naturally from your end. Like when you feel that there's a right time to ask the question, right? Like, you know, sometimes. So I will just tell you that there are two things that you will need to feel when you do. And the reason why I don't want to script it is because I want you to kind of feel the conversation and just find the right spot to, first of all, ask, first of all, tell them, hey, join in our main channel and just drop our username. And the second question is, by the way, where are you coming from? Right. So this could be
indirectly to ask him. Yeah.
Sorry?
Indirectly to ask, to make him let you know where they're from, not to ask him directly. It's a little bit fishy to me to ask him right in the beginning, for example.
Yeah, that's why we don't want to ask it at the beginning anymore. I know it was not the right spot to ask the question. It is a little bit fishy.
Yeah, so somewhere in the middle of the conversation, between the experience.
Yes.
They have.
Yes, exactly. But okay, let's go back to this.
And the pain point, I think.
Yep. Like Randy's just started to talk. So like, if he has good experience, I would say the right question we should ask ourselves is, what if we make it better? Like ask themselves, what if we make it better? If it was neutral. And guys, these things that I just wrote here, I wouldn't say these are things you have to ask client, but this is the direction you should take the client to. Right? It's kind of like this is a frame of where you should go. Your goal with chatting, if he has had good experience, your goal with a chat would be to present him the idea that we can make it better. If it was neutral, present that it can also not be neutral, like we can win money here. If it was bad, like present that it shouldn't be bad, we can win money, right? Like can I see how I'm doing this?
Yeah, so let's say, for example, if you have a client that has a good experience, how, for example, would you go with the conversation? Just an example.
So if he has a good experience, I would obviously right away just kind of understand, like, cool, have you been betting yourself or have you been using like a professional team to bet with? That's, I guess, the first thing. And let's say he says, I'm betting myself, then we might go from the angle of, do you have any idea like how more efficient your profits could be if you had like a team doing it for you? Why not give it a try, right? Something like that. If he's been like, let's say, using a different service, somebody who was giving him good signals, we could say like, awesome, how much are you paying for that? He would say like, oh, I'll pay $300 a month. I'm like, well, what if I gave you a free access for 30 days to try my predictions? And then he'd be like, well, what if they suck, whatever, because this is the next place where we're going to show them our clients' screenshots, right? So that was the kind of a snake I could use. This is like, this game is about like very like thinking your time, actually taking your time to think, like think in your mind, okay, what can I do next to get him closer? You know, this guy's like, this is like a chess. This game is going to become like chess. And you need to think at least 3 steps ahead. You need to kind of like plan it out. Like, okay, so I want to obviously get him to sign up to a bookie. What are the 3 things where I know I'm going to get a yes to get to the next step? Right? Like, you know, that if he's paying $300 a month, I mean, why would he not say yes to try something for free, right? Like, you know that. So like, these are the things that how we should frame it. And I know it's not going to be simple, and I understand there might be a lot of confusion right now, but I think the best thing we could do is practice one-on-one and kind of like go through like client and closer. We could do like some role plays here. What do you guys say about that?
Yeah, that's the best training you can have. Yeah, that would be fine.
Some basic
The training that made you take out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, we need to break through the comfort zone, because like I will tell you, let me just remind you that basically the idea is that I want to dedicate this week, like, don't think that you right now need to like understand this everything, right? Like, my goal this week is to like educate you guys on every step. Like, for example, I might actually send you some extra trainings. Like, for example, if I get my hands on one video clip, which I really want to get my hands, I'm waiting for somebody to send it to me. I will explain you guys how to go from problem to solution, how to best talk with your client. Like, you know, like there's so many things. We need to take a step. And that's why I actually broke this script down, not only in this conversation, but right here, because this is actually what matters the most. You have to learn how to build a relationship, how to build value, because if you build a relationship and you build value, everything else doesn't matter. Job is done, right? So like this
the first part is basically, sorry for interrupting. The first part is basically the structure of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other is more in depth.
Yeah, exactly. So and not only it's a structure, but I also kind of made it in a way where you can like see how things are lining up. Like, I put them like parallelly correct, so you can see where we start to build value right here. Okay, it's like Forex, you know, drawing the lines. But basically that's what I did. That's how it looks like. Then you get them to sign up, so everything is kind of aligned right here for you. And then yeah, depositing is the last step. Okay, so basically what is the most important? I would say the most important, which is what we need to master throughout the next few days, is this section from relationship to sign up. The better we do this part, the better everything else, because this is very autonomous, guys. Let's play this game right now. Like, in terms of what's the hard level in the game and what's the easy. This is level 0, right? There's nothing intellectual here. This is copy paste. This section right here, from sign up to deposit, it's kind of like a hard level unless you've nailed down this. Like, if you have nailed down this section, then the last section is going to be like, he's ready for it. He wants it. You don't even need to sell him on anything right here anymore. Like, he's like, you know, the best sale happens when you don't need to ask for sale, but he's already like in this, the sale happened in the conversation, right? So like, you can feel that, you're going to feel that in your chats. So, yeah, I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I understand that this is where we need to focus on the most. I'm honestly not that sure yet how. I think what I want to do is I just want to build out you guys like trainings right now about this section more in depth, like client conversations, show you how we could communicate.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like, I know only I can right now speak from the picture perspective, because I know basically, like, I know the structure of how the sale should happen, but I don't have enough right now to give you in the mini details. I would love to do this, guys. I think I'm gonna be taking over the next time. Can we do this, Lovely or Randy? When we get a fresh inbound, call me right away so I can hop in a chat and try to go through the script. I need to build a script so you guys can have the idea of how it's gonna look. and then we can break it up, because I know it's not as easy as looking at this whiteboard and understanding that, yeah, you need to understand the experience, and then you need to do this. It's the best if we have like some really physical examples of how this all looked like, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll give you a call once the new league comes in. To be honest, for me, everything is understandable, but I think for guys, it's like they need to go through the chats and understand how the system looks, because I had the same frustrations once I started. I think they just need to get into the process itself. And once you give them the main account, they just can go through a couple of sales chats and they will understand how the things work.
Yeah, I will show you the sales chats. So like Paul and Nitesh, whoever's going to be rewatching it as well, just make sure to, like, there's a channel, it's called YRL 279, and this is right here, pin message. So if you open it right here, you will see all today's sales, for example. These are chats with clients, and you can, for example, hit on this guy's name, Benjamin, click on messages, scroll up, and you can go through the entire sales chat. And you have endless sales to go through.
So this is on the common account that we
Yeah, exactly.
all this.
Okay. So you can open any chat you can open any chat you want and see how it flew, see how the sale was accomplished. But you know, like what I want you to understand is, okay, let's do this. Pay more attention on how the sales reps were breaking objections rather than the actual script, because as I said, the script itself is going to change now, but the way we break objection is not going to change, right? It's exactly the same thing.
And in the chat you opened, in Benjamin's chat, there is great objection handling. I think in that you can use that example as Paul, you can use that example, I think, in Benjamin's chat, because there was this one, if I'm not mistaken, this one objection, and yeah, I handled it, and afterwards it was a sale.
Okay, let me see, what was it? So look, I will show you, Paul, for your information, and Nitesh, around 50 or 60% of sales happen in the future, right? So if somebody texts you today and you don't close them, don't worry. You have all the time in the world to close them, right? So for example, here on July, on June, they reached out. Team asked him, where is he from? He didn't respond. Then we showed him winning tickets. Then we followed up again. This was one of the best follow-ups. Like, hey, bud, have you ever bought something cool with your sports betting profits? This is just like what we're just right now testing 4 days ago. And he asks today, you have any good bets? So he obviously didn't give a shit about what we say. We go like, yes, we have, man. Yeah, yes, we have, man. In the VIP, just had a great winning streak, 14 out of 16 wins. I see that you wanted the VIP. Still consider it? Maybe I'm a student, so I cannot pay before yet. As you know, man, you can take an iPhone from store and try it out for a few days. The same situation. You can't take an iPhone from store and try it out for a few days. The same situation is here. I can provide you with all the winnings. What did you mean by this, Randy? I didn't get it.
Oh, so the guy was like, can you give me a tryout for 3 to 4 days so that I can see how the VIP performs? And you know, like, before, maybe I'm a student, can't I pay yet? Could I try it and pay if it goes well? You know, he just wanted to try it out, and we cannot let it happen.
Okay, but you wanted, but you have what? So what you should have said here is, and I like your direction, but the right way to do it would be to say, but Benjamin, you don't need to pay me anything. This is a free VIP.
Yeah, right. But afterwards, I'm like thinking about the deposit that he will have to do deposit at the end of the day. You know,
he will. But look at the chat. You basically, this would work if he had been before rejecting your proposal. So he didn't even know about the VIP thing yet, right?
Right. Yeah. Correct.
He thought you straight up want to charge him monthly fee. But okay, guys, excuse me for a minute. My food delivery is banging my phone. Just a moment. Paul, how are you feeling so far? Any like any feedbacks or thoughts?
Well, well, kind of a little overwhelmed, but it's just because I'm the new. It's a lot of information, and I kind of need to take it one by one, not all for once.
Yeah.
Or the script. Now the message, it's a little much, but I will finally get.
Okay, okay. And
I
you
can
know,
see.
we're here for
No,
you.
good one.
We're here for you. We're here to like, we're not gonna rush you at all. We're here a team. Just keep in mind that like the team here, the idea is that if something is unclear, we always help you. And like, keep in mind, this script and the chats that you see right now is the same thing. It's just, it's displayed on a whiteboard, but here it's displayed in chats. So like, that's why I don't want to show you right now, like the system where you get the links and so on. Let's just focus right now only on how we speak with clients, and the rest I will give you a little bit later.
Totally agree.
Hmm?
I said it. Agree totally.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so okay, so then we were speaking with the guy. So yes, we have blah blah blah. I'm willing to help you, man. How much?
Eventually, he deposited.
Yeah, eventually he did deposit. So first of all, he made a sports betting account, and then he deposited right here.
Okay.
He deposited 40 euros in total. We only let people start with minimum 30 euros. That's the ground. That's the bottom ground.
So it isn't a minimum of 50.